we're going to read this article together and then you are going to answer some questions. So it's going to be on phases of the moon, and just follow along with me as I read. Have you noticed that sometimes the moon looks like a tiny sliver of light in the night sky? Other times it is a big, brilliant circle. The moon has many different looks during the month. Each look is called a lunar phase. Lunar means of the moon. The moon has phases because it orbits Earth, and the Earth revolves around the sun. The moon revolves separately around the Earth. The moon itself does not actually change size. It appears to change size because different parts of it are in the shadow. In the new moon phase, none of the part of the moon that is facing Earth is lit by the sun. It appears as only a dark outline. During the waxing crescent phase, the moon looks small. Only a tiny sliver of the moon's side that is facing Earth is lit by the sun. The next phase is the first quarter phase. In it, half of the moon's nearest side is lit by the sun. We see it as about 1/4 of the full moon. During the waxing gibbous phase, more of the moon is lit. Even so, it is not quite a full moon yet. In the full moon phase, all of the side of the moon that is facing Earth is lit by the sun. It appears as a large, bright circle. During the waning gibbous phase, some of the part that was lit as a full moon begins to fall into the shadows. In the last quarter phase, a different side of the moon is lit. Again, the moon appears as 1/4 full. During the waning crescent phase, the moon slips further into shadows. It is a thin crescent shape once more. After this phase, the entire lunar cycle begins again with a new moon. So the questions that you're going to see in your forms page are over here on the side. So your first question is going to be, what is meant by a phase of the moon? The second question is, why does the moon appear to be different sizes? The third question is, what are the two phases during which the moon appears almost full but not quite? 4. What are the two phases during which the moon appears as only a tiny sliver? And 5. What is your favorite phase of the moon and why? So you're going to see these questions on your science tab, so make sure after you watch this video, you go and you answer those questions. You're going to be using this text, and I'll leave this here for a second so you can pause your video if you want to reread it yourself, but all of the answers to the questions are in this text.